welcome back to our review of Atlanta Goes to Europe and Crazy White Shenanigans. This is the Curry Gumbo Podcast with Nicole and Ashley.
I have such a big crush on guess who?
Lakeith.
Him too.
Oh, who?
But
Paperboy.
These last two episodes have been like Al heavy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you are gorgeous.
What's his name? Brian? And his
Brian
name Brian?
Tyree Henry.
Okay.
Morehouse. Danielle.
Okay.
Just turned 40.
So you've been researching. Okay.
I love him. I be following him.
Send him a DM.
Girl,
he
just did an episode of Shadow and Act because they have a podcast. He was saying like, I don't do social media because I'm 40 and I ain't got time. He has an Instagram. He has not uploaded in like a couple of years. Yeah. And it's probably not even him who runs it. Anyway, Cancer Attack.
Episode 5 of Atlanta. How do you like that all these episodes are kind of like one day?
It gives me Martin vibes where some of the episodes, they wouldn't happen in one day, but it would be one story. Like there's rarely a B storyline in a Martin episode. The focus is able to be a little bit more intense. So it becomes like a meditation on one character, one set of circumstances, one event. And so I like it. How about you?
This one, I felt episode 5 was a little bit slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just kept talking about this phone. I'm like, okay, he lost his phone. This is my least favorite episode so far.
Really?
Maybe it'll make sense later.
This was my favorite episode visually.
Really?
I thought it was the most beautiful episode. The venue that they were in, it looked so old. It looked moldy. And so I was thinking like, how is the environment working on Al? We start off, it's really dark. We have this high shot of the folks loading in music equipment. There's always like the backdrop of racism that they're working against. Ern has to show his credentials to this man over and over again, even though it's like, I am Al's manager. We about the only Black people up in here. Why do I have to keep showing you these credentials?
I've spoken to you plenty of times.
You're going to have to see me over and over and over and over again. Lakeith comes in with a blueprint of the building, and there's he wants to go like treasure ghost hunting. Can we pause there and talk about Darius and the purpose that he serves in the entourage and why?
Al does take advice from Darius with the whole back to the phone thing.
Advice we don't do iCloud. We don't do iCloud. Come on now, you know better than that now.
And you know that's all Darius. So I think Al gets a little bit of his wisdom.
Do you think it's like brotherly?
Paperboy isn't really an affectionate character with his friends. He reminds me of an only child. Like he is
an only child, right? I believe he is an only child.
Okay, so he's playing that very well. You have people are around you, but you're kind of like in your own space and you're not really bonding. Like even with him and Ern being cousins. Yeah. If they don't say they're cousins, I would not know they were cousins. But every cousin has their own special relationship. Some cousins are best friends. Some cousins don't talk to each other. So, I mean, that's another thing. But Paperboy just seems like he don't need nobody, but he doesn't mind them being there. But I think he respects them. I do think he respects their input, because when we do get into episode 6, he does respect what they have to say in their input and their opinion.
I would like to see them back in Atlanta, because I would like to see how they move in Atlanta. If Al is this big, huge superstar, then to a certain extent, I understand why a lot of rappers have an entourage, because that's like a layer of security for them.
Yeah.
You're not about to go up to somebody who has like 5 people with them, you know. I mean, you can, but more than likely you're not. Al walking around with 2 dudes.
That's
and
smaller
it
than
looked like
him.
I can take both of them. So
smaller than him. Al's the one that got to fight.
I know. So I am wondering like how they navigate the US as it relates to protection. Because I can see wanting to keep your entourage small and keeping like your day one folks, because these are his day one people.
Mm-hmm.
But he, you know, Darius, all throughout the episode, we get like his desire to search this venue is like peppered all throughout the episode. And it feels like a bit childish. And I'm not saying that in a judgmental way, but it feels very like, please,
he
can
likes
we
an
do
adventure.
This? Yeah, like
with
please.
him and Van.
Yeah, like
we doing this adventure.
Oh,
I think for him, he's the one in the group that's gonna bring, I guess, the fun. Like, because Ern is very serious business, stressed out. We got to get this done. Here's to the point where he's just like, I have everything in order. This is what it is. Paperboy is focused on being Paperboy. And Darius is like, we are in Europe. Let's make the best out of this. Like, we are in Europe. Who knows the next time we're going to be in all of these countries again. Luckily, it can be every so often, but let's just enjoy this moment and take advantage of this blessing. Like, I get it, we have to work, but let's not forget that.
Well, he don't have to work. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, he doesn't. But I'm saying I get that we're on a work trip. We're not on vacation. But let's make the most out of this work trip.
So Ern is paying for everything that Darius is doing, or maybe Darius has money. I don't know, but where is Darius getting his money for his clothes, for his hotel stays? I know he's not sharing a room with Al.
I think it's part of their budget. When they go to these venues, I need 3 rooms.
Why is he a line item on the budget? Like, what purpose does he? It's the question that I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it for my friend. Like, if I wanted my friend there, then they're going to be there, and it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to pay for it.
What's Waka Flocka's mom's name? Deb
Atney.
She said in an interview one time about Nicki Minaj that she didn't know at first Nicki and Safari were dating. This was like years ago. Mm-hmm. And she was like, Nicki always asked for 2 hotel rooms. And she thought her and Safari were in separate rooms, which later found out the second room was just for clothes. So you can you can make whatever you want. Me and my man, this room is for me and my man. This other hotel room is for my clothes. So they can have a room for Darius.
I did feel a moment of affection when Al was about to go on stage and he was sitting down and Ern was standing up and saying like, your ginger beer is on the way. You need some water. You say you felt stank on the way here. That means you're dehydrated. Yeah. You need to drink something. And Al looks a little annoyed, and he's asking Ern like, "How are you?" And Ern gives him a very like stock answer, like, "Good, you know." But I think Al in that moment really wants to know, like, how is this success having an impact on you? All of your business can't be about me. What are you doing for yourself to fulfill yourself? And I don't know if Ern has been doing that at all. And I think that that's a problem because Ern has a daughter. We have not heard about Ern's daughter unless it relates to Van. What does Ern want out of life other than being a rapper's manager? Because as we learned in this episode, we don't even know if Al is really like sold out to being a rapper. So like, what does Ern want? Do we know?
To not be broke.
Hello. And that might be all the motivation the kid needs.
I thought when Al posed that question to Ern, it was regarding Van. Because they know Van was there and now she's not.
Van ain't returning nan text message. Nan one. But anyway, they go on stage. Darius offers this prayer to the rap gods. And then there's this character who's on stage like, Paperboy is here, woo! You know. Mm-hmm. And Ern's like, get your ass up there. And he disappears. Al goes and performs. I would love to see like a finished Paperboy song.
Yeah.
We'll
see have a Paperboy like, mixtape. Yeah. That would be, they probably won't, but that would be cool to have like a Paperboy mixtape.
Because what does his music sound like? I mean, we get clips of it, but we don't get like a full song.
Yeah.
You know? They get back. Al can't find his phone. Oh, we skipped the part where he does a meet and greet with the young child who has cancer.
Yeah.
Like they call him the cancer kid. So yeah, they can't find the phone, and Al is like really unsettled. He needs this phone. And I know people like that, but you can tell that something is on the phone that he really needs. So
I mean, just in general, everyone, all of our lives are on our phone, all of our pictures, all of our phone numbers.
Yeah. But if you back that stuff up, which I feel like most people don't, even if they're not listening to Conspiracy Jones, like Al is.
Like Darius said, we don't do the cloud.
We don't do the cloud.
You know, Al was like, listen, Darius said we don't do the cloud, so no.
So Ern goes to question the cancer kid. It is the most awkward it is so awkward.
Well, first of all, he's being rushed because he's having an attack, a cancer attack, they say.
Like, what is that? Attack? A cancer attack?
He's on the stretcher being rushed, and Ern is trying to like get to this kid to see if he stole Paperboy's phone. And of course, he don't want to accuse a kid, and a kid with cancer and having a cancer attack. It's like, okay, how do I do this?
I mean, even before he pats him down, the kid is like, whatever Paperboy needs, I am here to serve. It's like, this kid is completely indebted to Al. He has not stolen his phone. Socks, this white guy who's still around. Again, I can understand.
Well, remember, so the last episode 4, when they rushed out of the mansion party, Socks was in the car. He was driving. I don't know if this is forced or if they just like.
And they have a bus. Socks isn't driving the bus. Like, I don't understand why they won't let him leave. Alone. Like, is he their guide? Like, has he just turned into their guide? It would have been nice to show the transition from him being a stranger to being like adjacent to the entourage, because or is this just like white male privilege?
Or they just met him at the party and was like, hey, tomorrow we in Budapest, let's roll. Okay.
See, this is like Teddy Perkins.
Yeah.
You're not sensing the danger. I would have been sensed the danger.
Because we're women. I think these men are looking at, first of all, there's 3 of them. So if they're thinking, if this one white guy is going to try anything, we're going to have each other's back.
Socks is the one who accuses Wiley of stealing the phone.
And Wiley is it the vendor manager?
Yeah, like he manages
the manager of the venue.
And it's his nephew.
Well, we find out it's his nephew through marriage.
Yeah.
Not even his nephew.
Yeah.
And he don't even know how old he is.
Don't even know. He keep calling him 19. You know, he could pass for a 19, sure.
He said he was 32.
He said he was 32. He could pass for a 32.
And then Ern was like, if he's lying or telling the truth, this is still a problem. It doesn't matter.
That's not weird to you? So they call him on the phone. They're just trying to get him down there. Socks is the one who grabs the phone and is like, verbally assaulting him, threatens him, saying he's gonna die. Again, white privilege. Like, you can say things like that and people not take you seriously. And when he said he is the white Liam Neeson,
I didn't know there was a black one, but
okay. Listen, it is the way I don't know, I feel like there's a deeper conversation about him like re-racing.
He's from Northern Ireland.
Okay, so he's Irish. So he's closer to where you from than where they from, you know, but for you to say that you are the white Liam Neeson, like re-racing Liam Neeson in order to identify yourself feels very white man to me. Like he gets to decide. Or maybe because, you know, white folks really wasn't fucking with the Irish folks either. So it was like
because they
didn't really get to be white. That's when I knew Socks had the phone. When did you know Socks had the phone? Yeah.
I didn't.
I knew Socks had that phone.
He showed it. I did not know.
Because he was doing too much. He was doing too much. And he didn't have to. I knew that boy didn't have it. I knew he did not have it.
The nephew?
I knew he didn't have it.
But he was acting weird because even in the point when he was reciting those lyrics and Paperboy was like, that stuff I wrote, like Rose is a girl from middle school that I had wrote something about that I never released to anybody. So why does this boy know the stuff about me?
But Rose is not like a name like...
I mean, it's not like anyone can be Rose, but still, it's like...
It's a bit of a coincidence.
It was too many connections.
My thing is, how did he know Paperboy's number?
Yeah.
I still have not figured that out. And I'm thinking maybe it's just something that I missed in the show. But that was really scary. The weird stuff that he was saying. He hangs out with Darius. Like, you're used to weird. Darius is way weirder than this Wiley dude.
Either you have the phone or you don't.
He said he didn't have it.
Yeah,
he said that initially.
But
now the way he said it,
the
way. But I think he also just wanted to be around Al. There were moments in that interrogation scene where everyone was like kind of captured off center. Ern was always like leaning towards the corner of the camera. Wiley was always like in the center, and so was Al. And so I felt like this episode is about these two people. They're both centered because they're both the same, and they're both dealing with the same thing that the two have, and they grow closer and closer and closer as the episode grows. As the episode goes along, I should say.
Who? Paperboy
and Wiley. Like they both got their heart broken by a girl named Rosie. They're both experiencing some loneliness. They're both at this point in their life where they don't really know what's going on. I would be interested to see like how old Al is supposed to be in the show. Because they're closer in age. You know,
32.
Yeah,
be 32.
Right. I mean, I know Al ain't 40.
I was annoyed with Wiley.
Why were you annoyed?
He was talking too much.
They was asking him questions.
Yeah, but all these story times would have annoyed me.
Yeah, when
I feel like he was trying to play on their emotions, and I don't like that. That's very manipulative.
He was. But they were doing the same thing to him. You know,
I was trying to figure out if he had his phone.
But he told y'all he didn't. So what y'all want me to do? Like, if y'all gonna play with me, I'm gonna play with y'all because I'm just here to meet this man. But I do understand what you are saying and what his like mental rhetorical acrobatics, like they're getting to Ern. Well, that guy on the phone said y'all was gonna kill me. And Ern is saying, no one's gonna die. He's like, well, we all have to die sometime.
Exactly.
Like, what are you like? What? And And Ern is like, his face goes like, huh? Like, what you talking about?
I thought he was going to commit suicide in front of him. That's what I thought.
Oh Lord.
That's what I think he said. We all have to die sometime. I'm like, so you finna kill yourself now?
When he asks for the cigarette, smokes, gets a puff, decides it's disgusting. It's like, why do people smoke these? And Al is like, I'm about to beat your ass. He's aware of the interrogation scene that is seen a lot of time in film, and he's just playing a part.
We find out he's been to juvenile jail or whatever when he was 19.
Mm-hmm.
But then he keeps saying like, am I being detained? Am I free to go? And Ern is like,
I want my phone call.
We can't detain you. What do you mean?
You can't detain him, and yet he's being detained. You
That's
can't detain.
Though. He can get up and walk.
Girl, you think that boy could have got up and walked away? You don't think Darius, Ern, and Al would have tried to stop him? Socks would have obliterated him. Like he is
maybe Socks, but I don't know if Darius and Ern would have. I don't think they would have harmed him.
I don't think they would have harmed him. I just don't think they would have let him leave. He is acting weird, but he's also like playing the part that y'all are pushing him into playing. Y'all trying to do this good cop, bad cop thing, and then y'all get upset when he acts like a suspect. But he's just playing the role that everyone is pushing him into. And I think
he played too much.
So he sings a song. He has a beautiful voice. It's funny, like, because both of them are like making these grand confessions about their lives. That's why I feel like the episode is really about them. Al is kind of being very vulnerable with this young man in a way that he hasn't been with Ern or Darius, or at least we haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. And Al is saying, like, I was sitting on the docks today because for the longest time, I have not been able to write, in 7 months. Rapping is what I do. It is something I fell into. It's not something that it's not this big passion of mine, but it's all I do now. That made me so sad. It reminded me of, do you remember the movie Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx?
Yes and no.
Well, there was a character on there. You know how, football players, they have to deal with those injuries, and sometimes the doctors will advise, like, you don't need to play no more because you've been getting hit in the head way too much. And so there was this one character, and they were saying, like, look, you need to go sit down somewhere. You need to stop immediately. And he was saying, like, just let me get to like this specific game, maybe the number of games he got to, he will be able to retire with more money. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, Coach, this is what I do. It's all I know how to do. Please don't let me, and that part like really broke my heart. I was like, dang, that's all you feel like, that's all you know how to do. I was having this conversation with a guy about men who are our age. Once they get settled, a lot of times, like, men like that won't move across the country on like taking risks. They're gonna buy a house. A man is gonna buy a house, work, retire. He meets somebody, that woman, and this is like heteronormative stuff, that woman got to come here. You have to find a job here.
That is true.
When they feel stable, they don't want to lose that for nothing. And I wonder if that's what Paperboy is dealing with. I have to do this now because this is what is financing my life and the lives of the people I care about.
Or they don't know how to pivot.
They don't know how to pivot, but I also feel like they have not been allowed to pivot.
I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out what it is, because I've always felt like men don't know how, like I said, how to pivot. I remember years ago, some guy I was working with was like, when I was in grad school, he was like, oh, I always wanted to finish college, but once I started working, it was hard to go back. And I never understood that logic, because
when you start making money, you ain't trying to go be broke no more.
Yes. But you know how many women, mothers, especially in grad school, like there was so many working moms, even moms. I remember there's one woman, she just had a baby. She was taking one class at a time. She was like, I just had my baby. I'm just going to take one class at a time until I get this together. Okay. This other woman was talking about how she had her baby. She had her laptop in the hospital. Doing the paper. No, but I'm saying, like, women, they gonna get it done.
I wonder if some of them feel like, I don't want to be a beginner. If Al just said, I really wanted to be an accountant and I'm gonna go try that out. I think that would, I think that would be a difficult thing for him to do, especially if you are expected to provide, even though like Al don't have no wife.
Yeah.
Al don't have no kids, you know.
I'm sure he takes care of his family, but then I don't know.
Who we never see, like we never see his family. It's so interesting, the shows that like feature the parents prominently. Like that was a thing in Insecure. You never saw anybody's parents.
Well, we saw Issa's mom.
Like season 3.
We saw both Lawrence's parents.
Later on, it wasn't like episode 1. Bam, parents.
No.
I think in Living Single, Khadijah and Regine's mom were like, you would see them every season, you know, every single season.
Max's mom came later.
Max's mom, we never met Kyle's parents. We never met them, but we saw.
We met Overton's parents.
Yeah, because of the wedding.
We met Kyle's brother.
Yeah, in a different world.
Well,
Patti LaBelle.
Oh, we knew.
And Diane Carroll. Yeah.
Even Freddie's mama.
I don't know Freddie's mama.
She was the white lady, hippie lady. She was doing the meditation in the student center. And then
I don't remember this episode.
That's my favorite episode.
Oh, then we reviewing that next because I don't remember this.
That's when Jada Pinkett and them was on, and Freddie's mama was in that student center doing her morning meditations, and they was just like, "Who is this white woman on this campus?" And then they found out she was Freddie's mom, and then Freddie's mom was really about that, you know, let it all out, punch your pillow, and she was just like giving advice to all the girls.
Like, lady, why are you here? And then Martin, of course, we know his.
Oh yeah, we know Mama.
We never saw his dad.
No,
never any mention of his father. But we saw Gina's parents.
Yeah.
And then all the other black shows.
Cole's mama.
Huh?
We heard Cole's mama. We never saw her, but we heard.
Oh, we saw her. We saw her because Martin took the car, was taking them to bingo or something.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. And she came and got him when Cole moved in with Gina and with
Gina.
Yeah. They don't find that phone. They get on that bus. Socks is like, "Hey, Al, I'm sorry I was tripping earlier. Please forgive me." Al is like, "It's cool." Then he take that phone out his pocket and throws it away. I thought maybe were you gonna sell it? Were you going to use it to steal information? He just throws it away. So it's like, what? Like, is he solely just an agent of chaos? Like, what was the purpose of that, Socks?
Because every episode there's a white person we cannot trust. Even when you think they cool, they not.
I never felt like he was cool. I always knew something was wrong with this motherfucker.
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more Atlanta episode reviews. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Curry Gumbo. Bye.